everybody, today we will crochet this ribbed beanie. It has a knit-like look and a folded brim. The size can easily be adjusted for anyone. The written pattern has been linked below along with the timestamps, so you can skip ahead to wherever you want. This is a step-by-step beginner-friendly tutorial for a crochet hat. Hello and welcome to Let's All Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please subscribe for similar crochet tutorials. To crochet this ribbed beanie hat, this is the yarn that I am using. We can use any weight 5 or chunky weight or bulky weight yarn to make this hat. This yarn is a mix of acrylic and wool, 25% wool and 75% acrylic yarn. Each skein has 120 meters. I have used 2 skeins to make this hat. You're going to need about 260 yards to make the same size as me. We're also going to need a 7mm size crochet hook, scissors, measuring tape and a tapestry needle. Now let's begin. We're going to begin by chaining the height of the beanie. Then we will continue repeating the rows till we reach the required width. And once we reach our required width, we're going to fold this beanie in half. We're going to slip stitch across both these ends and then close the top and our beanie will be ready. I'm going to chain about 13 to 14 inches and I'm going to leave some gender sizes for all ages in the description box below. We're going to begin with a slip knot. We can make this however we want. Now we are going to chain the height for the beanie. To chain, we're going to yarn over and then pull through this loop. This is my first chain. Yarn over and then pull through. This is my second chain. Yarn over and then pull through. This is my third chain. Now we're going to continue making chains till we have the length that we want. I will meet you once we finish. I have made my chain about 13.5 inches or about 14 inches. I have not stretched this out. Row 1. We're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook does not count as a chain. This first V is my first chain and in the second chain we're going to make a single crochet. So we're just going to insert our hook into the top loop like this. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through. We have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over again and pull through both these loops. We have made our first single crochet. Single crochet in the next chain. So this is where we have worked. Go to the next V, insert your hook into the top loop, yarn over and then pull through. We have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both. Single crochet in the next chain. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both. So in the same way, we're going to single crochet in all the chains till the last 5 chains. So I'll meet you at the last 5 chains. We're going to make slip stitches there. So I've reached the end of this row and have only 5 chains left. Remember, we're going to slip stitch in the last 5 chains. So let's begin. Just insert your hook into the next chain like this. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through and then pull through the loop on our hook. Now we're going to keep our slip stitches very loose because we want to work into them easily in the next row. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. What I mean is just keep this loop a little large or little big. Pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over and then pull through this loop. This is my very last chain. Insert your hook into the last chain, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. So we have made 5 slip stitches. Let's go to row 2. If you want, you can count all your single crochets. The number doesn't matter, but you want to make sure you have the same number in all the rows from now on. And all the rows are going to have 5 slip stitches. Row 2. We're going to chain 1 and then turn our work. Yarn over and then pull through. This is our chain 1. Now we're going to turn our work and work in this direction. The loop on the hook is not a stitch, so we will not work into it. This is our chain 1 stitch. We're not going to work into it. We're going to start working from this very first stitch. This is a slip stitch. So we have one loop that faces us and one loop that faces away from us. We're going to work in the loop that faces away from us. This is also the back loop. So we're going to insert our hook into the back loop of this very first stitch Just go into the back loop like this. Then we are going to yarn over and pull through this loop on our hook. Remember to keep the slip stitches on the loose side. So I'll just pull up this loop a little bit. Now let's go to the next stitch. So we can see we have worked in this stitch. Make sure you don't work into the same stitch again. Go to the next stitch, into the next V. Go only into the back loop. Then we're going to yarn over and then pull through the loop on our hook. Go into the next slip stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over and then pull through the loop on your hook. This is our fourth slip stitch. And this is our last slip stitch. And now we are going to start making our front post single crochets. What I like to do is follow the last slip stitch. So I can see this piece of yarn going inside this loop here. This is my last slip stitch. So I know this is my single crochet. I have to start making my front post single crochets from here. But we are going to start working into the post, and the post is going to lie here. So between the slip stitch and the single crochet, this is our post. Now we are going to start by going below the V of the slip stitch, and then we are going to come out below the V of the single crochet. So something like this. I'll show you with the hook. We're not going to work into the top of the stitches because we're going to make a post stitch. So we're going to find our slip stitch and insert our hook below both the loops of the V of the stitch. Now we're going to insert our hook below both the loops of the V of the next stitch, and we're going to come to the front of our work like this. Now we can see that we have a small post here. The single crochet posts are very small. So once we insert a hook, that's when we can see them. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through. We have two loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through both. Now we're going to go into the next post. So we can see we have worked here. Go to the next post, which is here. You can see the top of the stitch. So we're going to insert a hook below both the loops of the V. Then we're going to come out in the next single crochet below both the loops of the V, and we will have a post on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through. You want to pull a nice long loop so that the post is nice and long. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through both. Now we're going to go to the next post, insert your hook. Then we're going to come out from the next stitch. The post lies on a hook, yarn over and then pull, yarn over and then pull through both. In the same way, in the next stitch, we are going to make a front post single crochet, and we are going to continue till we reach the end of the row. I will meet you once we finish till the very last stitch. So I just want to show you my last two stitches. So I have two stitches left. I've already worked into the post of this stitch, which is here. So this is my second last stitch. Insert a hook. Remember, we are always going to go below both the loops of the V, and then in the next stitch we are going to come out below both the loops of the V like this. We'll have the post on our hook, yarn over and then pull through, yarn over and pull through both. And in the very last stitch, we are going to make a single crochet. If we turn our work, we can see this V clearly. On the side here, we have the first chain that we had skipped. So insert your hook below both the loops of the V. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V. Then we are going to yarn over and pull through. We have two loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through both. And this is the end of row 2. If we count our single crochet, they should be the same as row 1, and we are going to have 5 slip stitches. 3. Chain 1 and turn your work. Yarn over and then pull through and then turn your work. Remember, the loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is our chain 1 stitch. We are not going to work into it. We are going to start working from the very first stitch. Now remember, in the single crochets, we will make a single crochet, and in the slip stitches, we will make a slip stitch. The first stitch is a normal single crochet because the last stitch here was a normal single crochet. So our first stitch is also going to be a normal single crochet, and then we will start working our front post single crochet. So the loop on the hook is not a stitch, this is our chain 1, and in this first stitch, insert your hook below both the loops of the V, yarn over and then pull through. We have 2 loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through both. In this next stitch, we are going to make a front post single crochet. So I just want to show you, this is the post of our second single crochet. So we're going to insert a hook here below both the loops of the V. It will look like we are working into the same stitch as the first stitch, but if we skip this, then we will have skipped a stitch. So we're going to work into the stitch to work around the post, and then we will come out from the next stitch. I'll show you how to do it with the hook. So with your hook, insert your hook into the stitch like this, and we're going to come out from the next stitch from back to front. Go below both the loops of the V. And now we have our post on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through. Always pull up a little long loop. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through both. Now we're going to go to our next post. So it's very easy from now on. This is our next post. Insert your hook. So remember, go below both the loops of the V, and then we're going to come out from back to front below both the loops of the V. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through both. In the next stitch, come out. And in the same way, we're going to continue working our front post single crochets till the end of this row, and I'm going to meet you there. I just want to show you the end of this row. I have 6 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And in the next stitch, I've already worked into the post here. So this is my 6th stitch. I'm going to work into the post of the 6th stitch. And now I have 5 stitches left. I'm going to slip stitch in the last 5 stitches. The slip stitches can be a little difficult to work into because no matter how big I've left the loop, I always find it a little difficult. So this is my 5th slip stitch. I'm going to pick up the loop, yarn over, pull through and pull through the loop on my hook. Now if you want, you can just use this hook to pick up this loop. Just loosen it a bit like this, and now it is easier to insert your hook into this loop. Yarn over, pull through and pull through the loop on your hook. So you can just loosen it, insert your hook. Remember, we are working only into the back loops of all our slip stitches. Oops. It's easier once you lift the loop with the hook. So now I have made my 5 slip stitches. Let's go to row 4. From now on, for the rest of the beanie's width, we're just going to repeat row 2 and row 3 for pattern. Next, we're going to work row 2, then row 3, then row 2 and then row 3. So I'm just going to make one more row with you. So this is row 4, which is a repeat of row 2 because we're going to repeat row 2 and then row 3 for pattern from now on. We're going to begin with the chain 1. So yarn over and then pull through and then turn the work. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is a chain 1 stitch. Don't work into it. And this is where we're going to start working. Now we're going to make a slip stitch because this is a slip stitch. We're always going to work into the back loop for the slip stitches. So it can be difficult to work into the slip stitches. I always just lift the loop with my hook like this first. Only the back loop. Then insert your hook into the back loop. Yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. This is my next slip stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. This is my 3rd slip stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. This is my 4th slip stitch. And this is my 5th slip stitch. And now we are going to begin our front post single crochet. I just want you to remember, on the side opposite the slip stitches, we're going to work a normal single crochet in the very last stitch or the first stitch depending, and on the side of the slip stitches we're going to continue with front post single crochets. The first front post single crochet is always a little confusing. I like to follow my last slip stitch. So this is the stitch where I've made my last slip stitch. You can see there's a loop going into the back loop here. So I'm going to go below both the loops of this last slip stitch. So insert your hook here and we're going to come out below both the loops of the next stitch. So we're going to come out like this. Let's do it with our hook. So this is the stitch where we've made our last slip stitch. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V. Then we're going to come out from back to front below the next V. We will have this post on our hook. It is going to seem a little small. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both. From the next stitch, it will become normal. So insert your hook below both the loops of the V and then come out, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both. Insert your hook, come out from the next. So in the same way, continue working front post single crochet till the end of the row. Just want to show you the last 2 stitches. So this is my second last stitch and this is my last stitch. I worked in the post of my third last stitch. So this is my second last stitch. I'm going to work into the post of it. And in the very last stitch, we know that this is a normal single crochet. So we're just going to insert a hook below both the loops of the V, yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through both to make a normal single crochet. We're going to repeat row 3 for pattern, chain 1, turn our work, make a normal single crochet in the first stitch, front post single crochet in all the stitches with the last 5 slip stitches. Then we're going to make a slip stitch in all these slip stitches. We can already see the knit-like pattern beginning to form. We're going to continue repeating row 2 and row 3 till we have the breadth of the beanie that we want. I will meet you once I finish. I'm going to make this about 19 to 20 inches. You can wrap it around your head and check the fit. Now it doesn't matter whether we end our row at this side near the single crochets or at this side near the slip stitches. We're just going to slip stitch across either in this direction or this direction. The width of my beanie is about 19 inches. So about 3 inches less than the circumference of the head should be okay. And you can always wrap this around your head and confirm the fit. When we turn our work and the slip knot is at the bottom left, this is the right side of our beanie. Now we are just going to fold this beanie in half. Remember, this is the right side of my beanie. I will fold it in half like this, and now the wrong side faces up. I'm going to slip stitch on the wrong side. To slip stitch, we're going to start with the chain 1, yarn over and then pull through. Now we're going to find the very first chain on this side, which is this, and we're going to insert a hook below both the loops of this chain here, and we're going to go to the back of the hat and insert a hook below both the loops of the V of the very first stitch. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through this chain and pull through the loop on our hook. Let's do it again. So this is my next chain. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V. Go to the back, insert your hook below both the loops of the V of the stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull through the stitch, pull through the chain and pull through the loop on our hook. Into the third chain, into the third stitch, yarn over and pull through and pull through the loop on our hook. We're going to continue in the same way till we reach the end of the hat. I will meet you there. Have finished slip stitching the entire height of the hat. Now we are going to close the top. Close the top, we are going to leave a long tail end about 10 to 15 inches and cut the yarn. Now we are going to pull out a loop. So just tug on your hook and pull out this loop. So now we are going to close the top of our hat with a tapestry needle. I'm just going to go in and out through the top of the hat. So I'm just going below these V's that we see. Going in and then out. In and then out. So continue all around and I will meet you once we finish. Go on all around and come back to the start of the hat. So at this point, we're just going to tug and close the top. You want to tug very tightly. Once we tug, we're going to go once more all around and this time we're going to skip a few stitches. We just want to pull the yarn as we go. We're just trying to close the top. So if you want, you can go a few more times and then we will just weave the tail end in. So make sure the tail end is firmly weaved in. Just go in the opposite direction a few times. weave in this other tail end in the same way. I'm going to take a scissor and carefully cut this tail end off, making sure you don't cut the hat. Beanie is now ready. We're just going to turn this inside out. Now the right side faces up, and we can turn the bottom up if we want with a folded brim. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss any future tutorials. Here is a video you may enjoy. See you next time.